Whoever coined the phrase kill two birds with one stone must have been a pretty sick fuck with good aim. Or really fucking ripped for throwing some big ass stones. Maybe they tied a live bat to a stone and threw it at another bird. One stone can kill an infinite number of birds, just not in one throw. Until the rock is ground to dust. Until the birds run out. With phone cases being permanent additions to our mobile devices, most of us have forgotten how our actual phone feels in our hands, despite holding it every day. I'm always as surprised from how thin my phone is when I take it out of the case. Some go commando. They just so much better without protection. This made me remove the case and touch my phone. With all the scientists in hell, there's probably air conditioning there now. And a lava pool. Well, the scientists must be evil, right? So probably more like huge laser guns. Attached to sharks, of course. All I want is freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads. Hi guys. Daniel here. If you like this, you may subscribe, like, and share it to your friends. Stay tuned for future daily videos. Everyone is an it guy in their grandma's eyes. Jimmy, could you show me how to do the ML thingy again? Hands, you printed out email. Now do I just put the email address on the envelope and send it in the mail? Yes. For the 420th time, facepalm. 420 nice. I installed a CC security camera system at my wife's grandparents' house, and every month they ask me how to log in and how to use it. And every month I tell them their username and password, write it down, and give it to them with easily explained directions on how they can access it on their phone, iPad and computer. And yet every month during our visit I have to go through what their username, password and how to access it. I love them so death, so every month I go through the same process. At this point I'm not sure if just forget or if they enjoy having me go through it with them. I worked for HP for several years. My mom calls me for every internet, computer and printing problem. I was a financial analyst at HP. Everyone is a grandma in an it guy's eyes. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. The smarter you are, the dumber you sound to stupid people. I think part of being smart is being smart enough to know how to dumb down topics, to be able to explain them to people. At some point though, a dumb person would no longer be trying to become educated, so there is a line that shouldn't be crossed. Even the ideas you have appear stupid to some people, despite being explained in simple terms. For example, if I try to explain that eating fats in no way contributes to weight gain in any distinguished way to one of my coworkers, they will insist I'm a retard and that they're called fat for a reason. Never argue with a fool. A fool will drag you down to his or her level and beat you with experience. This really isn't true. Being smart exists as a pretty broad spectrum. If you're attempting to explain something to someone and they don't understand it, the fault is with you, not them. Someone who has mastery over given subject matter should be able to explain the material to a 5-year-old in a way they understand. I get that there's abstract ideas that maybe a 5-year-old could not grasp, but if folks don't understand you, it's probably just because you're regurgitating information that you don't quite understand personally, which means you're good at memorization as opposed to genuine understanding. Short version: if you think you're very smart, the people you like to call stupid quickly pick up on the fact you're a pompous jackass with poor social skills. The better the weekend, the harder the Monday. Not true, at least for me. When I have a good weekend, the remaining happy energy from it gets me through the Monday in a good mood. See, I just get depressed that the fun is over and I'm back at work. I'm already depressed, so it doesn't matter. Mondays ain't so bad. I think your job might suck, though. Also, a bad weekend can make for a really bad Monday. The harder the week, the better the weekend. The less you do, the more regretful you become. The more you grow old, the more you fall in love with the fact that no one gives a fuck about you. Hell yes, it's a beautiful thing to be aware of. You stop worrying about other people's opinions and become your own person for real. Dr. Phil once said, you wouldn't worry so much about what people thought about you if you realized how seldom they did. He may have said that, but the quote originates elsewhere. What if you could realize, when you are young, that no one gives a fuck about you? Then you could truly own your life. It's all in your mind and what you accept to be true. I've known that nobody gives a fuck about me since I was like 5. Everything still sucks because it turns out that other people do give a fuck about you, whether you like it or not. And that will absolutely affect your life trajectory and opportunities. You affect it more than anyone else. What you tell yourself shapes your own reality more than most have ever realized. This is another thing you learn as you get older. It isn't just motivational poster cliche stuff. It is true that your beliefs shape what happens to you. This is the heart of cognitive behavioral therapy. I realize already nobody gives a fuck about me. It doesn't make my life any less depressing. No, you are taking it in the wrong sense of the word. The not giving a fuck has nothing to do with your worth. Nor does it mean you don't mean anything to other people. What it means is that people are too mired in their own fears, anxieties, and neuroses to be that concerned about what you are doing. This means they are not judging you or expecting you to be a certain way. You are free to embrace yourself and self-actualize to be the person you know you can be. This is what you learn as you get older. And you also learn you are the one holding yourself back more than anyone else. First step is to get rid of your negative cognitive feedback loops. What you think becomes real. You deserve your own love and care as much as any other person, and from yourself. You have a right to be here. Because the knowledge that nothing matters, while accurate, gets you nowhere. The planet is dying. The sun is exploding. The universe is cooling. Nothing's gonna matter. The further back you pull, the more that truth will endure. But when you zoom in on Earth, when you zoom into a family, when you zoom into a human brain and a childhood and experience, you see all these things that matter. Unless you wash and dry clothes completely naked, you'll always have dirty laundry. An endless cycle. Joke's on you, I'm always naked. No, you'll always have clean clothes. Unless you put on dirty clothes before doing laundry. You don't need laundry if you never wear clothes. Does wearing someone else's clothes while doing laundry circumvent the rule? Even if only temporarily, until you put your own clothes back on. I usually throw it my laundry in before a shower, that way I minimize my dirty laundry. Not by much, but I like to think it helps. I just take showers with my clothes on. It's hard to lose weight when people love you as you are. Why not try to think like I can always improve myself, but I shouldn't judge myself too harshly. Also, besides, other people's opinions should only be taken as a sort of guideline and then cross-reference with your own opinions. If that makes sense or not, dunno. But it's not. Like, people who love you as you are will respect your decision to lose weight and support you in doing so. And it's much easier to commit to a diet/exercise plan if you don't do it because you must, but because you want to. Plus, you won't feel bad because after 2 days you haven't lost 10 kilos. You'll feel good when there's even a little change. You can count to 999 without using the letter A once. And the letter A is in every number until you get to 1 million. You can stretch this a lot farther if you ignore the term thousand and instead use 1000, 1100, 1200, and so on. I always read the 100 plus with an 145. 145. Screws are one of the most important inventions no one talks about. Stuff like phones or the wheel gets all the credit, but screws literally keep most of our stuff from falling apart. A good screw can keep me from falling apart. Well, this is the best comment on Reddit today. Screw you. This guy nailed it. Further proof that screws are literally holding society together. But a screw is really just an inclined plane. So, ramps are the greatest invention ever. Okay, now we are getting somewhere. I think we are screwing differently. Hi guys. Daniel here. If you like this, you may subscribe, like, and share it to your friends. Stay tuned for future daily videos.